As part of its posturing around Ukraine, Russia has also increased its naval presence in the Black Sea region. This has brought under focus the notion of Black Sea security and the role of the Turkish Straits, as well as the Montreux regime that governed transit passage through this important waterway. The Turkish Straits are comprised of the Dardanelles to the west, flowing from the Aegean Sea, the Sea of Marmara, and the Bosphorus that runs through Istanbul, a city hosting more than 16 million people, connecting the straits to the Black Sea in the north. Since 1936, Turkey has been governing the transit of naval and merchant vessels through this important waterway. It is a historical maritime chokepoint, witnessing more than 48,000 vessels transiting annually, averaging more than 130 a day. These carry different types of cargo, ranging from crude oil to different types of commercial items. The historical significance of this strategic waterway continues today, as we can see from developments in the Black Sea. The short answer to the question as to whether Turkey can prevent Russia's access to the Turkish Straits is no. But this is a conditional no with some exceptions that can be found in the complexities of the Montreux regime. This is a regime that has first and foremost restored Turkey's full sovereignty over the Straits. Its primary focus is on ensuring that the security interests of Turkey and primarily of Black Sea states are met. It does so by making a distinction between riparian and non-riparian states and by bringing restrictions as to the naval military presence that non-Black Sea states can have in the region. Among the important distinctions made in the Montreux regime are the one between merchant and naval vessels, and whether it's a time of war or a time of peace. In times of peace, the overriding principle is freedom of navigation that applies particularly to merchant vessels. As far as naval vessels are concerned, there are certain restrictions that apply more stringently to non-riparian states as far as the duration of stay they can have in the Black Sea and the total tonnage that they can have present at the same time in the Black Sea area. If Turkey itself finds itself in a state of war, it is accorded with full discretion as to who can transit through the straits. But if Turkey is not in a state of war, while it can still restrict the transit of belligerent powers, Black Sea riparians are accorded with an advantage. If any Black Sea riparian state, for example Russia, is in a state of war while Turkey is not, it would still retain the right to have its naval assets that may be outside of the Black Sea use the Turkish Straits to return to their home bases in the Black Sea region. Therefore, there are certain circumstances, particularly if Turkey is at war, where Turkey would be able to restrict access to the Turkish Straits, including for the Russian Federation, but these are under extreme circumstances and exceptions. As the only means of entering into and exiting from the Black Sea, the Turkish Straits are a critical lifeline for the region. This makes them important for all riparian countries, including for the Russian Federation. And this is precisely why, historically, Russia has shown interest in controlling the straits if it could. Russia currently has a significant naval presence in the Black Sea. This is a force that has comparative advantages over Ukraine, and one that Russia is able to sustain and operate without necessarily having recourse to the Turkish Straits. Should Russia for some reason not have access to the Turkish Straits, it may not be able to reinforce its current naval presence in the Black Sea. However, under current circumstances, that would not necessarily be a game changer.